All right, everyone, this is the next installment, and I guess what is a series of bad tab book videos. And I thought I would go back to a classic today. I got it a long time ago when I was a little kid, and I remember skipping school. I pretended I was sick in order to learn from it. And even back then, I knew it had a few crazy mistakes in it and a lot of head-scratching moments. But it wasn't until recently when I looked through it that I really realized the extent of it. And a lot of people wrote in and told me, you've got to do something on the Puppets book. So here we go. So last time we had a Game Boy for a page holder. Today we have an Atari 5200 controller. Super old school. I remember getting this as a kid as well, and I had a lot of fun with it. All right, so right off the bat, I looked and battery is actually pretty well tabbed out. So we'll skip right to the song Master of Puppets, the title track. What you're going to notice right away, there's a few strange things going on. Instead of just playing straight power chords, they have us doing full bar chords a lot of the time. So instead of sounding dark and evil, they want us to go and hit that major third. Did you hear that at the end? It made it sound very positive and happy. That is not what Master of Puppets is about. It's about a descent into a drug-induced hell, and this just does not remind me of that. They also say to play down here, but if you watch Metallica play it live, you'll see that they play it up here. Now for the next descending part, this part is so epic, but they have us playing it on two different strings in the beginning, which is incorrect. I played it wrong half my life because of this book. And they also have us palm muting all the notes, which is really weird, even some of the chords. So here's what they say. Kind of weak, right? Okay, let's do it the real way. It's supposed to have that effect like it's ripping your face off, you know, but the way the book has it, it does not do that. The chorus cracks me up. They have these weird extended E5 power chords. So instead of just going like this, they add this B to it. So you get... Sounds a little bit more like Motley Crue when you do that for some reason. They have us playing the G in the chorus like they do in the And Justice for All book for 1 with this 3000 thing. And the weirdest part is when they go to the D power chord, they actually have us playing a full D open chord. So if I were to play the chorus the way the book says, it would sound like this. It's not good. On this part in the Master of Puppets solo, the fast solo, when it goes to this natural harmonic with a dive bomb, it's supposed to be like this. It's an amazing sound. It just jumps off the speakers. Anyway, the way they have it written out is very, very strange. It says, this note produced by pulling string off the edge of the fretboard, fretting it against the pickup, and then pulling up on the trem bar. So first of all, is that even possible? Can you pull the E string off so hard that it actually hits the pickup? Let's try it. Nope, I pull it off and it doesn't even touch the pickup. So I'm gonna have to actually go beyond the fretboard, pull it and see what I can get. Oh, there we go. I got something out of it. Okay. So now, once the string is pulled off the fretboard onto the pickup, I guess I'm supposed to pull the whammy bar up. Let's see if we have any success with it. I can't picture Kirk doing this live. Nope, forget it. It's much easier to hit a natural harmonic and just pull up on the bar. Let's move on to the thing that should not be. And my friends used to actually call it the tab that should not be, because right off the bat, they tell us to just do drop D tuning. So the whole song is basically screwed up from here on out because of that. It's supposed to be a whole step down all around. So it's supposed to be D standard tuning. So first what I'm going to do is this guitar is tuned correctly. It's tuned D standard. And I'm going to play some of the riffs and then compare it with a drop D guitar so you can see the difference. So let's just choose 3 riffs because all of them are screwed up. But let's try this one. This song is so intensely heavy, it needs that full step down sound. Now let's compare it to the drop D. It's not bad, but it's just not as heavy. Then we have this part. That riff is so heavy, I could hear my acoustic guitar out there rattling from all the sympathetic resonance. kind of like the thing that should not be light. And this riff. I don't know why, but they have us playing 6th frets all the way across 4 strings. So you end up with 6, 6, 6, 6. I guess it's just an extra bit evil, but you get this, which sounds a lot more like Soundgarden or Nirvana. Okay, let's move on to Sanitarium. Now, when the song speeds up, there are these hammer-ons that we do from open strings, and it's supposed to be very powerful, but instead they have this. Now, it's very weak because they don't add the palm mutes between the hammer-ons, and that makes a huge difference. So here's how it should be. Isn't that crazy how much of a difference that makes? On to Disposable Heroes. The really fast riff, they make it seem a lot easier than it really is. So they say to go. So when I was younger, I felt really good because I'm like, I'm actually able to play that riff. You're supposed to do a pull-off with your middle finger on the 5th fret in between all that. So it's really supposed to be. Makes it much more difficult, surprisingly. And then this walk down, the book has us playing it way up here, which sounds okay, but you really have to make a giant jump to do that at the end. So the real way is right here. Way more playable. This is a big deal to me because this riff grooves in a really heavy way, but the way the book has it, it doesn't groove at all. Sounds like a riff from Kill 'Em All or something, doesn't it? Now, if you do it the real way, I can tell it's right when I can feel the walls in my building shake as I play it. They do not shake when I do what the book says. On to Leper Messiah, one of my favorite Metallica songs. Here's the book's version. There's that major chord again. Now, if you check out Ben Eller's video on this, he does a great breakdown of Leper Messiah and actually a lot of songs from Master of Puppets, so be sure to check those videos out. The real way sounds so much different, you're not going to believe it. So instead of going, it's actually supposed to be this. Pretty intense, huh? Let's take a look at the verse riff. They have it as. They actually have those last 2 power chords as separate hits, not a slide or anything, 2 hits. Kind of weak feeling, right? Now, if you do it the correct way, there's a lot more beef to it because you're holding the power chord, you actually end up muting the power chord. It's like night and day. That's so heavy when you play it the correct way. That rhymed. All right, this might not seem like a huge deal, but when you're playing it fast up to speed, it does make a huge difference. Earlier in the book, this part goes like this. Down here. But all of a sudden, after the solo, they have you jumping up to here for some reason. But then, moving back for this weird stretch. That's bizarre. That's something like Megadeth would do, not Metallica. If you watch Kirk play this live, you'll see that his hand just stays right here. So he's actually going. Way easier and much more convenient. So after the beginning of Orion happens, see if you can tell what's wrong with this next part. They say for the guitars to go. Now that sounds pretty good, right? Pretty accurate, except it's supposed to be played on the bass. Nowhere on this page does it say bass part arranged for guitar. And the last one is my personal favorite for this book. It's the part in the solo that goes. It's pretty simple. There's a nice pinch harmonic on the third string, and you just have to do this rolling pattern in this one position. For some reason in the book, they're having us go all the way to the 22nd fret of the first string for the high note. It's the correct pitch. And then the next part, this is ridiculous. They have us going all the way down on the third string to the 2nd fret and the 4th fret, A to B. And they want us to do a quick hammer on. So somehow we're supposed to go hammer on, jump to the 22nd fret, hit it a few times, jump back and forth. Let's see if I can even do it. Can't do it. That sounded like a whammy pedal though. That was kind of cool. So now my fingers are burning, and you can see that's very difficult. I can't believe the book expects you to do that, when all I had to do all along was just this. Oh well, it only took me decades to finally figure that out. All right, everyone, hopefully that was fun. A blast from the past. You know, like I said, this book was a huge part of my life, and a lot of it is actually pretty well transcribed, but the parts that aren't, I really had to showcase because, number one, it's kind of hilarious that I learned it this way in the beginning. But second of all, I know a lot of people have better resources these days to learning from tablature. And that makes me happy. I just love to show people what I had to go through in order to become a professional guitar player in my life. A lot of struggle, a lot of bad tab, a lot of overcoming it as well, because it really taught me how to play things and figure things out for myself, usually by ear. So, all right, everyone, I appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you at the next video, okay? Thanks. Bye-bye.